You should see 2 black screws here. 1 and 2, as you can see, it's very dusty. I'll be cleaning that. They're Phillip screws once again. And just unscrew them. And once you've done that, put the screws somewhere else so you know what they are. And I'll be back right before we do this last part. I want to dust this a bit. So once you have that, we're going to take out the motherboard from the heat sinks. And if you have a PS3 that you played a lot, it might be hard because all the thermal paste has heated up and gets sticky. And then if you barely play with it, it shouldn't be that hard. I tried this and mine isn't even that hard. I got lucky. So what you're going to do is just take it out, be careful. You might want to do this little thing here first. I don't want to break the motherboard, of course. There we go. Let me just lift this up. Pull away from the HDMI, AV stuff. And this should come out. You can see, Sony does such a bad job of placing thermal paste. Look at this. It's half of it is not even. What is this? You can see here is the Nord chip, by the way. We're going to put the easy flash on here. Put this away safely. Oh yeah, and to take off this casing from the fan heatsink, there are 2 screws right here. There are 2 black ones. There's arrows right there, by the way, if you cannot see. But there's 2 black screws, 1, 2. Phillips. So once you have that, this will come off easily. And then you can clean the thermal paste off a bit, which I'm going to do. And I'll be right back. Alright, so once you're done cleaning off the thermal paste really good, what you want to do is place some new one. You just want to place it in the middle of each square. So, in the middle, this little dot, little dot, little. What you want to do is, if you see these 4 holes here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, you want to match it up by placing this fan on it. So you can see there's holes right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do this fast before thermal paste dries out. Actually, you can place the fan on the ground, which will be much easier, and just line up the holes. So what you want to do is, since you're not putting the motherboard casing on, because I'll interrupt it, you want to take a piece of paper, and basically, let me just take this off. You want to put paper here so it matches, so the metal contacts don't touch. Let me just show you. It's kind of confusing. So this is your clip right here. It'll be on here, but when it's powered, if the metal is touching, you might sort out the metal contact. So what you want to do is put some paper here or cardboard as a shape as this so nothing touches. And I'll see you soon when I do that real quick. Alright, so like I said earlier, you want to place the fan on the ground, and with these 4 holes here, you want to line them up with the holes on the fan, and then you want to cut out some pieces of paper or cardboard. Make sure it's as long as this, and then let me just film from here now. There's tape on this tripod, I was sticking it to a chair. And what you want to do is just basically screw this on now. This fits perfectly. Place these screws in right here. Same with this one. Phillips. And like I said, how we took it off, You want to do a little bit at a time, 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 just like that, easy. Make sure it's lined up. Soft, should be good. I put the camera down low right here. You can see none of the screws or the metal clamp things are touching the motherboard. It shouldn't be touching the motherboard. If it does, I recommend you fix it. It's really close, but it's fine. So what you want to do now, I'm going to change the camera angle and see you guys there. Alright, so I'm back at this camera angle. Once you're done this thing, just want to make sure it's tight, nothing loose. And then flip the board over. It should look like this right now. And then what you want to do is plug in this fan connector right here. And then what we want to do is we're going to use an E3 flasher now. E3 NOR flasher, because this is a NOR console. And you want to attach these two together. Focus like that. Mine's a little bit off because this thing is crooked when I got it. That's fine though. So put this aside right now, right here. And then you're going to take your E3 flasher, E3 NOR flash clip cable. And this is where good times will happen. So, as you can see right here, that is the NOR chip. There's 3 little dots and there's one big one. And the writing is facing that way, so you're going to take your clip right here and you want to take it like this and place it this way. Depending what model console it is, the NOR chip will be in different places, like CECH-2501As or something will be right here facing this way. So anyways, what you want to do is just take the thing right here and make sure it's facing into the motherboard. So the NOR chip's here, it's facing into the motherboard. If your NOR chip was right here, you're going to face it into the motherboard. So you're going to place it on. There's a little resistor there, so you might have to shave off a little bit right here. So I'm going to place it on right now. Put a little bit of pressure. I'm going to put my hand under it so it has some pressure. You should hear a click, but I think this resistor is blocking me. As you can see, if you heard that click, that is on a little bit right now, pretty good. And then what you want to do is take this, see this little connector, and obviously you connect it to right here. Be careful, this clip is very fragile.
Sorry you can't see, but I'm doing this. So make sure you get a clip on there, it's really quiet.
So you want to put some, put your finger here and like, make sure it's good. Don't put tape here because the tape might move it. That's what happened to me, but it's honestly up to you. And we do not put the hard drive. We do not put this in the hard drive, if you're wondering. So once you have that, you want to take your power supply, PSU. Right here. And then let me move the camera angle. Oh, you just want to place it on regular, but I recommend connecting these first. Let me tap this. I recommend connecting these cables first, as it will be easy to put in. So connect it. Everything should line up, and it should just go down. So once it's fairly down, I'm going to take a power adapter and plug it into this side. Can't really flip this because it's easy flasher, but plug it in right here. If you can see, oh, it's cut off, but basically just put it on the other side, snap it in, and let me check for anything else. Oh yes, the power bar, you just want to put it in here. Let me focus this. Sorry the camera's so wobbly, but you want to take this and put it the right way. Be careful, you just want to wiggle it in. And as you can see, that dark blue line should be in or right at the top. And it should look like this. I'll be right back and I'll see you guys there. What you want to do next is plug your micro SD card into your computer. Once you see that, you want to format it to FAT32. So you want to right click it, right click the micro SD, format FAT32 already, and you can use quick format. Everything will be erased just if you don't know. Format complete. Sorry for the shakiness. Anyways, you want to open up your micro SD card again in another tab. In the in the download package, you'll see ET Flasher Update. You want to click on it. You should see Samsung 10.28 update. Open it up and put the update.bin onto your micro SD card. Make sure it's done and eject it safely. As you can see, and then I'll see you on the PS3. Alright, so what you want to do now is take your clamp. This clamp is heavy, so I made this little thing here so it wouldn't be that heavy on the PS3, and I leveled the PS3 a bit off the ground. So you just want to take your clamp and somehow you want to put it on there. And one precaution is I put a padding here because this will be touching the motherboard, and some electrical tape so no shocks happen. And by the way, do not plug it in right now if you are smart and know what you're doing. And I disconnected this stuff for now just to be safe. So what you're going to do is make it level, because if it's slanting, this might not have even pressure. And you want even pressure or else you might get some errors. So as you can kind of see here, it's straight. Let me just look at it. Yeah, so that is straight. You want to make sure it's in the middle. I don't recommend using a coin, but it's up to you. And once it touches, you're going to go 1, 2. Not too tight, not too soft. If it's too tight, you could break your PS3. And I'm going to reconnect the ET Flasher board. Right here. Put this, I'll make it a book for this. And then you want to attach this power table thing, power board. Kind of hard to do behind the camera. Let me just do it. And then what you want to do is take your micro SD card with the update.bin file, and then you want to place it in here. Open it up, and as you can see, there's this little switch that goes up, and there's this little gap right here. You can see. You just want to place it in there and close it. Make sure it's tight.